Guys, we're live. We are talking about Browns Titans and the defense side of the ball, which was not their best showing of the year. Especially surprising, John, given that it was at home where they typically have, the right amount of success because of the obvious baked-in advantages. And I would just say that I mean, understand that I don't even know who's calling plays for the Titans. They also did a pretty nice job, kind of figuring out the weaknesses of what they try to do in Cleveland, right?
Right, 100%.
Which does not bode well for negative 20 degrees Chicago, but we will figure this out on the fly. Let's see what we can do. All right, so we're not really going to follow anything crazy. I picked some plays for John to break down for us that I thought were of the most interest based on either a nice play from a Browns player or, some sort of faulty breakdown. So let's dig through these. All right, so we're in the first quarter on this one. I believe this is the first drive for the Titans. 3rd and long here.
Right, so here's the drawback of playing high volume of man coverage and using jet mode D-line. And by jet mode, we mean just D-line that are in pass rush mode, although, again, being 3rd down, they're going to be.
Right.
That's just it right here. It's man coverage. We run a screen. It's all in the game, Charge it to the game, as Master P said. It's going to happen. It doesn't help we have a pressure on, so we're losing an off-the-ball guy in the middle of the field that might have been able to influence the blocking and maybe limit this game. But it is what it is. Again, you just charge it to the game with these things. We'll say great hustle play by Mason Graham here. Run a little loop up front.
Right, yeah, I think he does a great job. I will say it's a little interesting that there is no coverage indicator. I mean, it's man indicators everywhere. You would agree.
Right.
There's really no. I mean, Hickman is really far off here, man. I feel like any combination, he could just run a slant and take this for a first down. It's kind of a brazen choice here to have Hickman. I don't know, what is he, 10 yards off, maybe more.
10 yards off, yeah, at least
15. He's 15 at the snap.
Right. So I wonder if he messed this up. Because here's the thing. It looks like when the play starts, you see it's almost like he turns to the strong side of the field, which the defense will do in cover one. They'll play call it one cross, where your weak safety is going to become a robber in the high hole, and he's generally going to open to the strength of the formation, to the trip side. He's just going to look to help with any of those bender routes that make their way back across the field. I mean, you can see where he's looking now. He's clearly looking at the strong side of the field, and given that this is man coverage and your key is the inside hip of your man, some of this could be attributable to a blow up here, a blown assignment.
Yeah,
bad eyes.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. So obviously not a great way to give up a first down on the first drive of the game.
But you're right. Good effort here. Mason really does get downfield as a DT, man, like constantly. I mean, this is just a good little. It's a minor thing, but the little punch here at the end, you make contact on that football. No,
right. One of these times it'll come out.
Yeah, one of those little things.
So I think this is 3 straight weeks now that we've featured him running down the field to make a tackle, 15, 20 yards down.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this is the next play or not, but just wanted to highlight it's a nice job, second level here.
Yeah, second level.
Motion.
Devin Bush here, 1, handling the motion. 2, so we get our second back now, so we're in our lever fits that we talked about, right? So someone's fitting with their outside shoulder, someone with their inside shoulder, and then a cutback player there. So Bush does a great job here at number 30 of getting off the block. We're going to see eventually when this guy running around stops. He's a little zone insert. So you can see where our lever and our spill is happening on that side, right? So we take on the block. So the corner, number 7 there, he's sort of fitting off Bush as far as if Bush takes the block on the outside shoulder, he'll dip inside. If Bush takes the block on the blocker's inside shoulder, then he'll overlap him right there. But, yeah, Bush does just a great job at taking it on with some physicality. It doesn't help that the blocker looks like he almost jumps, so he doesn't get any sort of pad leverage.
Yeah.
But, yeah, good job. Shock, shed, make the tackle.
All right, so this is the next third down. So they had 3rd and 10 they converted earlier there on the screen. Now we're on 3rd and 6.
Right, and it's, again, charges to the game. Man coverage, you're going to get pick routes. It doesn't help, too, and the more I watch this, the more I think that maybe part of the Titans' offensive strategy was to take advantage of the wide 9 defensive end that Jim Shorts uses, loves. By adding someone else to the line, like a little wing or something, it's going to take that edge rusher. And generally, you figure out the alignment rules. So you put that person to Myles Garrett's side, and it's going to widen them out another 2-3 yards. This came into play against several run concepts as well by creating seams. Yeah, so you can see how far he has to go just to bend that edge and get to the quarterback. And when you get that little chip on him, it widens them out even that much more. So it's really hard to affect the quarterback in that spot. And it's also fairly easy to push them by. I mean, if you can,
you think Grant's expecting Campbell to bump on this?
Yeah, maybe possibly to pass it off. I would say that given let's go all the way back pre-snap there.
Mm-hmm.
Their alignment, given their alignments, that's tough being on the same level right here. This is exactly what's going to happen when offensive coaches see this on tape. You can see guys don't lock in level, call it lock and level. So we have our guy, but we're going to stay at 2 different levels. So when they cross, we can chase. So this could be an opportunity to banjo it. First in, first out. Looks like maybe the reaction was a little slow there as well.
Sure was.
I mean, maybe they weren't on the same page, bad eyes, something. Because, the inside piece looks, he sees 2 going out, and he just hangs out for a second. So maybe there was some miscommunication here between, a banjo versus a lock and level.
Definitely, because Grant's looking there the whole time. You see the stripes on his helmet. He's looking.
Right. He sees definitely see it through his peripheral vision, the number one, so sort of stepping inside. So probably thinks, if he's expecting to take that route there, he's just going to stand still and let the route come to him. There's no need to chase it.
This is the touchdown throw in man coverage. And Denzel, I mean, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Maybe he thinks the screen's popping out, or he just kind of chops the feet. I'm looking at the top of the screen. Just a basic max protect scissor concept to me is what we used to run this out of, just trying to take advantage of getting guys to run into each other. So I don't know. Maybe he thought that he was good. This is actually maybe a good job by 5 here selling a crack block on this play action. You see him kind of slow chop in there, like he's
sets up
coming in here, and
I would guess that's what caused the bad eyes. He assumed he was going to have to crack replace. Right. So when this happens, when the outside receiver or receiver, steps inside to crack a second level player, a linebacker or a weak safety, then the corner has to replace. He has to become the edge contained defender in that spot. He's forced. It's easier to do in zone when you're in cover 3, right? Because you still have, if you're in cover 3, your eyes are still in the backfield of it. You can see everything happening. Versus
it's a pretty good design. That's a nice little wrinkle.
It's again, like we talked about with Kyle Shanahan and that route on Schlesinger the other week that went for a touchdown. It's just one of those cool little tweaks to the route themselves, the stem or sort of the cell of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good design on that one.
Yep, tip your cap to the other team.
Yeah, good design on that one. Here, we'll watch it from the end zone view, so you can see he definitely sells it, chops the feet. And that's when Denzel's like, oh, you can see the oh shit moment right there. You see his arms go up. Oh, shit.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, good design. Tennessee gets paid money too, so well done there. All right, next play. Still first quarter. Let's see what we got. So this is just a little jet sweep inside zone off of it that runs for 8. Some of these inside zone runs are just popping for them in this game, man. Inside
in, outside when they run the crack replace stuff and cut block backside and do the pin and pull and all that. Yeah, it's tough. So I think what happens here is Schlesinger. Well, what happens is Schlesinger just gets cut off, right? So we're bumping in now. So he's going to be the there we go. Yeah, he just gets cut off from his gap by the left guard. I'm sorry, by the tackle. Apologies. So it looks like they're running a little gap exchange with the nose tackle backside. So they're going to rip them weak to strong. Mm-hmm. So they did this several times where either they ran some sort of plug concept by bringing an extra rusher opposite the running back and shotgun, or they chopped the line or slanted the line towards them. So now Schlesinger has that backside A gap there.
Yep.
And you see he just has to get across the face of that block. That's really it right there. Again, it's tough.
Yeah, when you see that jet stuff all year and you're worried about that, the timing's pretty good. It just takes a split second of hesitation sometimes, man.
Yep. Holds them a beat. And there was a the ball carrier had a seam to run through.
Sure did. Same drive. Just a fun blitz design into this eventual interception where we're taking Grant and looping him inside. I always love these that take the edge DB who just closes so fast and you're able to send him inside that, and they really get two pressure people onto him quickly. Through. Yeah, so I think they're just playing the 3 deep, 2 under, and running eyes.
Eyes coverage, or some people call it hot coverage. So the underneath defender's technique and hot coverage is pure vision and break. By that we mean they're getting straight to a landmark. They're looking at 100% of their vision is on the quarterback. They're dropping to the landmark, and then they're melding with the quarterback, right, to the innermost or outermost part of their zone. They aren't peeking at receivers. There's no take a look. It's all eyes on the quarterback, and you're reacting off your when and where key. You melt with his front shoulder. That tells you where to go, and then front hand comes off the ball. That's your win to go right there.
Good Great return, job. Too.
Great play.
Yeah. So I just like this little design. So on this one, we're taking up field gaps, looping. Same thing over here, trying to apply, and then bringing both guys under. And that's just the little pressure that creates this moment where, Ward knows he's in trouble and he's got to get rid of it quick. So he's trying to, with the slant, and I don't know that he sees Bush or not, to be honest, but the idea here would be the slant behind this drop. But I think being hurried a split second causes him to not quite be able to get that football inside of the drop.
Right. Can we go back to the beginning again from the this type view right here? Yeah, so I think by walking Bush up here, they're trying to force the center to slide to our right, to the defense's left, and then so they're going to create that seam right there, and so in the weak side A gap, and that's really going to bring that extra rusher through, the looping rusher from the outside, number 9 right through that.
Yep.
Because, again, we're showing potentially 4 rushers on this side, so we can handle that. If we slide the line that way, we add our tailback, the scheme here. We're going to big the other side. But if the center doesn't immediately get turned to that other, in the opposite direction right there when Bush pops out, then parts like the Red Sea.
Ooh. Let me tell you, that is the type of hit that really hurts.
So just as definitely. No protection whatsoever.
Nope.
In the middle of your follow through, you can barely even tense your body up for it. Yeah. So as a general rule, especially on third down, when you see these exotic alignments, with second level players up on the first level, just standing in a gap, and Schwartz does this a lot. Actually, you see it all across football, honestly, college and NFL football. But all the defense is trying to do in that spot is force some sort of protection check. Again, this stuff is all mapped out. A lot of film study done on it as part of the weekly pass rush or pressure package, right? Yep. So you figure out their rules and generally what's going to trigger those rules, and then you exploit those by walking people up. So in this example, trigger a slide to one side and probably big on big or man blocking on the other. So that seam's going to be there unless, the rules have changed between.
You notice Bush also starts on the other side and watch the center's head at the snap. It looks like he's kind of like, what?
Yeah, right. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I just caught it. That's funny.
Yeah, I wonder if that's part of it too. It probably is, as far as force the check and then force another check quickly. Hope between the two of them something goes wrong.
That's great. 75 is moving. Wow.
Yeah, he really is. Wow.
That damn Moore? Yeah, good athlete. Good athlete. Okay, what do we got next? We got another good. I think we got a good run fit here. Maybe
good
not.
Run right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they pop this one. This is the big one. Yeah. Let's talk through how they let this happen. We'll play the wide view and then talk about it from the tight.
There's a lot going wrong here.
Yeah, man. They're in a 4-4, John. They're playing 4 backers and 4 down.
Yeah.
So their big bodies are out here. Bush and Diabate and Schlesinger and Jerome Baker. So this is the biggest package of run defenders you could put on the field for these guys, down, opposite being on the goal line.
Right. So schematically, we're in lever spill lever, which we talked about the last couple of weeks. In this case, we call this a Y, like the letter Y indicator fit. So we're fitting off number 5 right there. Mm-hmm. He's off the ball, but he's in the backfield. he's going to tell the second level guys where they need to go because, again, he's a moving gap. Just like when a puller steps back and crosses the formation, that's a moving gap as well right there. So everyone's going to fit off what number 5 does. Now, to the far left of the screen, our corner has the final gap outside right there.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E. So E gap in this case, since we have 2 tight end right there. So we're gapped out. We're single high. We have enough players to maintain every gap. So we are +1 in the box right here. Right. The issue that comes into play here, I'm saying keep going and run it for me, please. So I don't have my notes in front of me. Make them small. Yeah, so I think it's Diabate. Right. He's number 43, correct?
Yes.
I'm just going to mess up my numbers. Yeah. So his issue is this. He has to get to the outside of that tight end that's climbing to them, that's setting up on him right there. He has to be on this player's outside shoulder to match the pullers. Like I believe this play they ran maybe they pulled a couple across.
Yeah, they pulled center guard,
center guard. So we're running like a sweep concept. So he has to get across. We always chase in single high. We're chasing pullers, right? We've got to match them because they create new gaps. So he has to get across that tight end. So the issue with this, it's obviously difficult because there's nothing holding up this tight end. He's got a straight free release to the second level player right there. The second part though is his technique in terms of how he takes off this block right here. So in a situation like this, he is in a negative position, right? He needs to be on the other side. There's a blocker between him and the ball, right? He needs to be on the other side of that blocker. So when you're in a negative position and you have to get across and, get to get your gap, get to the ball, generally you don't really want to use like 2-hand shock and shed techniques. When this happens, you're thinking more of doing things like arm overs, right, with your inside arm, or ripping your inside arm up, right? Like you want to take that backside hand, and as you're making contact, rather than squaring up completely, you want to just shoot it through like that, or swat it down. Yeah. Swat it down like that, or make a fist on the side and just rip it up and through like that, to get the hands off you. Because if you shot right down the middle with 2 hands, right, the guy's going to get a hold on you, and you still have to cross that other half of his body, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of going nose to nose, you're trying to get through more on this side, and the easiest way to do that is continue running, but either rip your hand up because your body's turned. If the camera's coming at me like this, it's easier to just whip that arm over and down, or just rip it, kind of dip and rip, or lean and rip a little bit, or dip and rip, whatever you want to call it right there. But he probably needs an alternate form or alternate technique in terms of how he gets off that block, right? Because again, if he gets across, we're good. We have our numbers. Like we can, it's still a large seam, no doubt, but at least we would have a free unblocked defender in that spot. He would fit just inside of that second puller that comes around here. Now, our other issue is the safety. Safety overruns it. Safety runs into his own player. Safety trips.
You do see Carson just get absolutely – if the other end zone would show it, but his shoulder pad is – and I always look at this funny because, 70 Moore here does a good job of he clearly holds him. He tries to turn it into a little swimmer. You always find it funny when O-linemen look back.
Right.
Get him back did I get caught for that one?
Right.
Oh, man. That's tough. But yeah, you're right. Hickman is we have 2 guys take out. This turns from a 10-yard run where you're fitting this up in here. These 2 trip over each other. Well, really, Hickman is the one that, causes the whole thing to happen. And then this obviously is a trip up of players too. That's how big runs happen like this, man.
Yep. And
3 guys simultaneously falling almost at the same way at the same time. And they all kind of roll the same way. Are we living in a simulation? Look at this. They all kind of get up the same too. John, what are we doing? This is wild. Something out of the Matrix. No, I didn't mean to cut you off on Hickman.
No, you're good. You're good. That's the important point right there. We lost our free safety, and that's that. And as you said, everyone's on the ground, so not getting there. Now, Ward does the best he can to make the hero tackle here. And there might be a play later on that we look at, or maybe it's just something from the game I noticed. But there was another time where he did make this hero tackle where receiver or running back was gone if he didn't come from all the way on the other side of the field and run it down right there. He's really good at that, by the way. He's done that every season he's been here. You go back and look at the tape, you'll see tackles like that where he saves a touchdown. He hustles his ass off from the backside.